this quadrant here and do a complete search within it.
A search for survivors after the tornado turned homes into matchsticks, slung shingles into stucco, and made splinters into spears.
They just want to find the live people.
14 Springfield firefighters are checking room by shattered room, marking the progress along the way. Each room is getting checked. One line on the wall means you've gone in. The second line means you've come out and didn't find anybody. The room is clear. All clear in that building, but in a nursing home, this team found 2 of the storm's victims.
If you don't find them live, then you want to get the victims out and give them some respect and help their families get through that.
Meantime, as the search and rescue teams pick through what we think used to be a house,
yeah, there's no one. Hey,
a discovery.
My family's okay.
The homeowner is alive and well.
I can't describe it. I'm just lucky to be alive. I'm lucky my family wasn't there. I have a 14-month-old little boy, and I'm just thankful.
But within eyesight of relief, a call for body bags. A woman found dead. Searchers expect to find 2 more victims in that pile of lumber.
Their families are in there digging for them right now, and their families aren't the ones that should find them.
No time to mourn. The work moves forward. This paint here means this building gets an all clear. Now, in the middle of all that destruction, one sign that life goes on, the fire chief called and told one search and rescue team member he had to get home because his wife was going into labor.
KY3's Paul Adler is there, begins our team coverage with the search for more survivors. And Paul, you spent the morning with a Springfield firefighter who has a personal connection to all of this devastation.
As so many people do, we're finding that, Steve. These search and rescue teams are searching homes, debris piles, they're even searching cars like this one. What you do want to see if you come down here or you look on TV is this X. And X means they've searched this particular car or this home. They have not found a victim. If you see a V, that means they found a tornado victim in that area. As I mentioned, many volunteers and some people are helping when they barely survived the storm themselves. Gunda and Magnum are joining the search. They're not rescue dogs. These German Shepherds are cadaver dogs.
And that way he could start giving us a list of where to send everybody.
Springfield firefighter Theresa Newton is backing up those dogs and the other 48 on the scene of this disaster. She's dispatching crews to hot spots where they may find tornado victims.
So once they go through an area, if they find something, if they don't, they clear it, then I'll notify fire that particular area has been cleared, and then they'll move on to the next one.
The fact that Theresa is volunteering at all is amazing. She lives in Joplin and she's dealing with her own loss. This is Theresa's house, or what's left of it, and this right here is where she rode out the tornado. And if you take a look right up here, you'll notice there's no roof here.
So then I'm stuck in there, you know, and then there goes the roof, here comes sheetrock, I got a nice little sky view. The middle of my house gone. I've got exterior walls still standing, but most of it looked like it went right through the middle of the house. But
Theresa isn't worried about salvaging ID badges, paintings, or pictures. She wants to help find the missing, dead or alive.
It's stuff, so it'll get cleaned later. Right now, there's still, you know, a lot of people missing, and that's really more important than cleaning my stuff.
Right now, that search and rescue is underway. It will happen again tomorrow. Beyond that, it's going to be a day-to-day decision on what they're going to do. Time is ticking, though, on finding. The tornado, when it came through, it significantly damaged 4 different schools in the Joplin district, and it's estimated, as I mentioned a moment ago, that 3,400 students lived in the path of that tornado. They are doing everything they can here to track down each and every one of those students. Zach Rance is here with us. You work with Nixa, but you're down here helping Joplin find all these students and account for them. We don't think they're all hurt or dead. You just want to account for them.
Yes, we're just trying to find out where all the students are. It's a great undertaking, and we're physically calling every single family. We're using the Joplin Schools Facebook page. We've got numbers posted for them to call in, but we want to know where everybody is, and so from there, as a school family, we can begin to rebuild Joplin schools, whatever shape it takes.
We stopped at 3 different law enforcement checkpoints on the way to this devastated neighborhood on the way here. At each of those checkpoints, they told us, all quiet, we haven't heard anything on the radio, we have not arrested any looters, and we have not heard about any looters being arrested overnight, so all quiet. This is being rated an Ef5 tornado, an Ef5, which means the winds would have been 200 miles per hour or greater. And that's very believable when you stand here and you look at the damage. 123 are dead from this tornado, and it's estimated some 2,000 buildings have been demolished by the tornado, and they've been left as just a pile of sticks. And Rebecca, what's amazing to me about this is you're not the only one. You're here helping others, and you're going through your own personal crisis. Your mother is in the hospital, is that correct?
Yes, yeah. My mom was at the Pizza Hut on Range Line, and she was actually sucked up into the tornado, and she's okay. And my niece, Kristen, was a true hero. She saved her little brother from the wall that collapsed on him. And Cade's also in Springfield in the hospital, and he's doing well. So, you know, we're grateful. Our families are alive. And when I look around, I don't just see destruction. I start to see hope, and I start to see ways that we can all get together. And that's really what this is. This is a group effort. American Red Cross is here. I know Convoy of Hope and Feeding America is just syncing up with those people. And AmeriCorps St. Louis is here. So, you know, we're really just reaching out and working together.
You're amazing being out here. You must be exhausted. You were just with your mom overnight, right?
Yeah, we were with her overnight. Tornado warning, as I'm sure you guys heard, and pretty busy in the hospital. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely tired, but I'm young and I can stay awake, and there's plenty of coffee, so I'm good to go.
Coffee's a very good thing. You didn't mention, what kind of injuries does your mom have, and is this a long-term recovery for her?
It's definitely a long-term recovery. She has sustained some pretty severe injuries to her leg and to her face.
This is an example of why I'm wearing boots today. I just found this stuck on the bottom of my boot, a couple of nails here. It's hazardous here in this area because of all the debris. You cannot be careful enough to avoid this type of thing. Lots of damage everywhere, and I'm just glad that this didn't go all the way through the boot. And first I want to tell you that behind me they're working on a gas line, that utility crew involved in the recovery effort here. And everywhere you look, Maria, there are buildings that have been demolished. It's estimated 2,000 buildings were demolished. And you see these huge piles of rubble. Most of it's just wood and pieces of metal. But every once in a while, something will just stand out and grab your eye. And this is what's grabbing my eye. This is a big red wagon here, some child's wagon, and it's destroyed. It's bent, the wheels are gone, but it's still here, and it says this was somebody's home. A child used to play with this toy. These are real people, not just things that belong to real people, not just piles of junk that are tossed about. They just got done pouring a lot of money into this building, the Joplin Corps.
Yeah, one of our outreaches in the community is our thrift store ministry, where we offer free clothing to individuals, cheap clothing to individuals. We just completed a $1 million project this month here in Joplin, and I've visited that site several times since I've been here, and it's a complete loss.
It's gone, and I believe we do have pictures. Completely gone.
Completely gone, yes. I mean, even one of the trucks is against the side of the building, turned upside down, and another truck is about a block and a half away.
It's also a major way that the Salvation Army raises money to be able to reach other people, to feed people, to help people in need who might be out of work, help them with a home. How do you replace that money?
Yeah, it seems to try to be talking about money and what have you, but out of that thrift store, $40,000 a month comes out of that thrift store, and a large portion of that goes into the general operating of the Salvation Army here in the Joplin area. One of the issues we had to face is there's no employment for those staff now, and so what we've done is we've brought them as employees in this disaster services. They'll be helping with a distribution center here in Joplin.